You've unlocked a Roundtable.
Hello, and welcome to Los Lobos Roundtable discussion of Independence Day Resurgence. My name is Chris Laban. With me, as always, is Alex Sandberg.
Hello.
And so we are doing a roundtable discussion of Independence Day Resurgence, and with our roundtable discussions, we always do a review first, and then go into our credits, and then a spoiler section after the credits. So that way you can listen to our review if you haven't watched the movie yet and you don't want to be spoiled. And so that's pretty much a disclaimer.
Essentially, yeah. You've been warned.
You've been warned. So this is the movie that I've always wanted to happen, just because I really, really loved Independence Day. Yes.
Well, I think you and a bunch of other people.
All right, yeah. Full disclosure, I am fully aware that it's a horrible, horrible movie that is full of cliche after cliche, poorly written characters. But for whatever reason, it hit me when I was in my teens, and was it 1996?
God,
yeah. It was, 20 years, so yeah, 1996. So it was just one of those movies where it just came out of nowhere, and I enjoyed it. So, that is the disclaimer, letting you know where I'm at with this movie. How did you feel about the first Independence Day?
No, I'm pretty much right there with you. I feel the same way about it. Like, it's a dumb movie, but it's enjoyable. It's able to walk that line.
It catapulted Will Smith's career in movies.
Right.
He was just so charismatic in that movie. And I was all about the over-the-top cheese. Because, like, realistically speaking, in 1996, you didn't have that too many of those types of movies where you have, like, all this blowing up action and stuff. Nowadays, it's a dime a dozen. It's Michael Bay. You have all these different things that are doing the same thing on a regular basis, so it's kind of
large scale destruction. I mean, that's like every superhero movie these days. It's nothing new, but this was kind of that first movie to do something like that.
Right, like they blew up the White House. You're like, holy shit, they blew up the White House. That was crazy. So it's stuff like that where it was, I don't know, it was more unique in its time.
Mm-hmm.
So now we fast forward 20 years later to Resurgence, and what did you think about it?
I'm not sure if I can say it feels dated, but it definitely doesn't feel as fresh as the first one by any standards.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it does feel dated. It does feel lazy.
Yeah, not even just dated, but like watered down as well in terms of the first one.
Yeah, it's none of the action really hits. It's too busy trying to recreate the magic of the first one. Where I told Alex, or I told you before we walked in this theater, if it hits the bad cheese and I really enjoy it, I will love the shit out of this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I didn't feel like it hit all of like what it needed to hit. It tried to be a little bit more serious. It tried to paint by the numbers. Like, all right, it really tries to hit all the same beats that the original had, and it just doesn't. It even has the same lines from the first movie with just different people saying them. And it doesn't do well in that. The person who plays Will Smith's son in this movie is not nearly as charismatic as Will Smith is.
Well, I don't think any of the characters are. Like, even down to the president. Like, she did a poor job delivering a lot of those lines.
Yeah. It was just ham-fisted. It was just trying to be that type of movie. And maybe we've moved on in 20 years, but it's not the same. And Roland Emerson, who obviously made this movie, the first one, can be successful in cheesy action films. He did it in the later, what was that White House movie with Channing Tatum? Wasn't that his?
Oh, I don't know. That was White House Down.
White House Down. Okay, yeah. So that was his too, and that movie was cheese, but enjoyable cheese for the most part. This tried too hard, and Jeff Goldblum's character is now evolved. He's not the same kind of nervous, quirky type of person. They try to do it in the film,
Right.
and it just doesn't work because you're trying to do that to have the audience remember the same David for 20 years ago, but now this David has grown, and he is the one that saved the world essentially, and he is in charge of like Earth's defense force. So
Yeah, like he has a lot of weight in the decisions against alien invasion.
yeah. So it's a completely different thing, and it just doesn't work all around.
No, a lot of it doesn't work all around. Like even like just a bunch of the side stuff, like David's father, and that whole side story
That-
was
that
pointless
needed-
and useless.
Then you just go away.
Yeah,
You wanted to add him into the movie, fine. Give him a short cameo and just leave him. The same thing with Will Smith's wife,
right. Yeah,
the stripper who became a doctor now.
yeah. I mean, I guess she could have been stripping for her medical education, but
So she becomes a very important doctor.
yeah. I mean, it's been 20 years, so I guess that's feasible.
I guess. She never really. Maybe if she would have said that line 20 years ago, like, oh, I'm just doing it to pay the bills, and then I'm going to medical school. Then okay, progression of character. But
Right.
instead, you just have, well, we want to show her being strong and saving lives, so let's put her as a doctor now, and we'll do that.
She couldn't very well be a stripper anymore.
Yeah, like I think a lot of this stuff just doesn't make sense, unfortunately. And all the common threads that made no sense in the first movie that kind of tied together at the end. Again, enjoyable cheesy film. And this movie tries to recapture that magic and ultimately doesn't.
No, not nearly as well. I agree. It's just,
There's been not that much to talk about.
yeah, I mean, the interpersonal character conflicts are boring and kind of glossed over.
yeah, you don't care about these characters at all.
No, not at all.
You have Helmsworth in there, Gale from The Hunger Games. Will Smith's son is in, I don't know what his real name is in real life, but he doesn't carry the film.
No.
All these threads don't make sense. The president's daughter who's now grown up, that relationship is just like, all right, whatever. She has to be a strong, independent woman because her dad was. It just, a lot of it just falls flat. It makes no sense. The fact that you have even the doctor who was in the first one, in Area 51.
Oh, all right.
He looked pretty dead, but no, he was in a coma for 20 years and magically woke up. The data from the Next Generation.
Yeah,
Resurgence.
I know what you mean.
But yeah, like just none of that stuff makes sense. Thank you so much.
I mean, like even down to if you think about the president's speech, like it got to the point where like, oh, is this supposed to be the speech that Bill Pullman's going to give? I guess it's not nearly as inspiring or as good as the original one. They did it just because it seemed like they felt they had to. They had to have a speech like that, and it was very phoned in.
It was a studio note. You guys don't have a speech. We need to put a speech in here.
Yeah, essentially.
Add something really quickly, and then we'll approve it. Because yeah, that was a really just not motivational speech whatsoever. It was very predictable, like everything that was going to happen in it. There's just nothing exciting to it. Even having a giant, large queen in the movie was just not interesting.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it's like they come across the same problems that they had with the first one, with the shields and everything. And you think, maybe they will plan for that. It's just not smart, well thought out. It's just them trying to repeat the magic of the first one and doing it in a very watered down way.
Yeah, and the aliens are too different in terms of the way that they fight. Like they're grunts, so to speak. They're like these. Obviously, in 20 years, our technology has advanced in CGI, so they're gonna look better. Mm-hmm. Like you have these like tall, like just grunts shooting around or infiltrating bases and stuff, which we didn't really see in the first one, but we didn't have the technology back then. But like even these now just felt kind of generic, like Terminators. You watch Terminator and like the scenes where you watch Terminator and you see them in the exoskeletons just walking around, marching around, and just destroying stuff. That's the same thing that I got here. It's just it's just that it doesn't feel new. It doesn't feel fresh.
No, not by any means.
They tried to make it a little bit more interesting, but at the same time they didn't.
They tried to create more of a world and more lore behind everything, like a whole kind of like backstory to it all that they're integrating, and it's just like it doesn't really work. Mm-hmm. It feels like Mass Effect if Mass Effect didn't try.
Wow. And I think we'll get into it a little bit more in the spoiler section, but I want to talk about the event that takes place early in the film. That was very predictable in terms of what happens on the moon.
Oh, right.
And it's like, all right, well, that's obviously going to be that. And then sure as shit, it is. And it's like, all right, well, we just wasted a lot of time getting here. It's just, as an audience member, I wanted cheesy excitement and fun that I could just mindlessly not think about, eat some popcorn, and just
veg out and watch and enjoy.
Right, and that's what you do.
Yeah, doing great. Thank
absolutely. You. That's what you do, and then all of a sudden you got this, and I was largely disappointed with it.
Oh, I'm right there with you.
I was hoping you'd disagree with me.
No, the fact of the matter is, this movie's not very good.
I've looked at a lot of reviews, and I've looked at Twitter feed and a lot of friends saying stuff, and them saying like this is the cheese or this is the exact movie that I was hoping for. I'm like, no, this is not. I'm okay with a good bad movie, but this isn't a good bad movie. This is just forgettable.
Bad, lazy, forgettable movie.
Right, like Sharknado was more interesting.
This is Battleship.
Good fucking call. This is Battleship. Right. There's nothing here about it. And then they want to set it up for future movies. They're like, all right, well, we have this franchise. We don't have very many ideas in our lives. So we want to either reboot or try to reinvigorate a franchise that's been long forgotten. So let's do it with this. And they did that. They tried to incorporate a series out of this. And it's like, none of this makes sense. It is so bad to this. I don't know, man. All right.
Yeah.
What else can you say about it?
There's nothing really more I can say about it. Like it's like
visuals are okay.
Visuals were good, yeah. That's fine. But at this point, there's nothing outstanding. There's nothing that wowed me. Like I've seen so many cities get destroyed in so many movies. I feel like they just have a plug-in that they could do that now.
Well, didn't they make that line like the always national monuments,
right,
or whatever? Like
yeah, they're like yeah.
Because they know it too. They know that this has been done so many freaking times at this point that it's not devastating to watch. Like it was 20 years ago when you saw the White House blow up. Like, holy shit, they blew up the fucking White House.
Exactly. No, it's just so commonplace that I don't know. We need something different. We need something more.
It needs to have heart. Even if it's really bad, cheesy heart, at least have that. And
Right.
You didn't. You tried, but there's no weight to anything because no one gave a shit about any of these characters because they were so poorly written.
That's essentially the case here.
Yeah, and it's a forgettable movie, which is so disappointing to me. It crushed me as the credits rolled. I'm like, damn it, not what I wanted. 'Cause I was legit excited, totally stoked for this movie.
Oh wow.
All right, so final thought.
Final thoughts is this is a movie you can just flat out skip. It's like if you love the first one, this one's just going to be a pale imitation of that and cast the first one in a bad light probably. So just it's probably better just to stay away from this one and remember the good times you had with the original one.
I feel like if you like this movie, or if you like the first movie, you're gonna watch this regardless of what we say, and that's okay. But I ask you to watch it maybe on cable because it's really forgettable. I think that you won't nearly enjoy it as much as you enjoyed the first one, and it'll feel like one of those movies like it should have never been made because it's 20 years later. While they take some cool ideas like alien technology integrated into our technology, which is a cool idea. I really like that idea. Taking the alien tech and like incorporating it into our everyday. But that's just wasted by just a dumb film. Mm-hmm. So if you watch it, just wait till cable or Netflix or wherever it pops up.
It'll be on TBS, no doubt.
Oh yeah,
TBS, TNT, one of those, whatever.
Yeah, they'll double feature this all the time, and that's where you should be watching it. I wouldn't waste money on this. I'd go watch other movies that are coming out, or even Finding Dory, which is I'm hearing great things about. Go watch that instead. So yeah, we'll talk to you guys in the spoiler section. But how can we reach you else?
You can follow me on Twitter. My name there is Alex Sandberg, AlexSandberg, or email me directly at the website, alex@lostlevel.com. Chris, what about you?
I'm at twitter.com/calm intensity, as well as we have all of our social media on the upper right-hand corner of lostlevel.com. That's our homepage. That's our website, lostlevel.com. Upper right-hand corner. Links to all of our social media. And if you're at work, you want to listen to something, you can listen to it, our podcast directly from our website. You can there's links on there to listen or stream our podcast from. Or if you like YouTube, subscribe on YouTube. We really appreciate that. We're looking to gain our YouTube listenership or viewership and doing some stuff there. So we'd really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to us there. Click on the ads or whatever. That would also help us out and help us grow, because that's what we want to do. That's what everybody wants to do.
Essentially.
They don't want to be stagnant and have the same listeners. They want to expand, and that's what we want to do here too. So in order for us to expand, we really need to get the word out, and we really appreciate you, Lost Lovers, helping out with that. So hang on for the spoiler section.
Spoiler section. You've been warned. All right. So let's go what you want to talk about first, which is the first alien thing that visited the moon, I assume?
Yeah, there's an alien thing that wormholes right in front of our defense system on the moon that is immediately there, looks nothing like anything that we've identified as the original aliens. So immediately it's like, oh, well, obviously they're here to help us out. So we shoot the shit out of them.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. So we shoot the shit out of them, and it turns out, yeah, I was right. Go figure.
Yeah.
Because it's so damn predictable.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't help that it was a debate that the characters themselves were having. I think it would have been more effective if they were like, oh, it's alien attack, let's shoot it down, then shot it down. Then from there discovered, oh, maybe this wasn't bad. Maybe all of us jumped the gun.
Yeah, it's not even that like we're wording, oh, I know what's going on. Like if you're watching Unusual Suspects or some smartly written movie, and you kind of figure out the ending. Like, oh, I totally figured that out.
Right.
Then it's like rewarding. This is just like, oh god, seriously? This is so fucking dumb.
It's like they basically told us what was happening with it at the very beginning. It would have been nice to have it shrouded in some sort of mystery and have it unveiled to us. And you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool and unique. But that would have been too hard for them? I don't know. It wouldn't have been too hard for them. And they would record less writing on their part. It just wasn't planned out well.
It makes sense if you want to make a franchise to have another alien that tries to help, then we're going to help them in a sequel, because obviously that's how the movie ended. And then, like, the alien race talking to us like, oh, you guys are primitive. No one's ever killed a queen. Like, all right, well, we're killing a queen in the next 10 minutes, obviously. So then that alien's going to change his mind. Just like, it's so, like, dumb writing. Written for babies.
Yeah, it's totally just like a dumb child's movie.
And it's horrible because you're trying to talk to the audience that has been around for 20 years, people who loved the first one because of the cheesiness, but because of the hurt of it. And you just completely made them feel like assholes for liking your movie that much because this is what you came out with after the fact. And it's so unfortunate. There's nothing I can say good about this movie. I've never hated a character more than I hated Jeff Goldblum's assistant.
Oh, that weird guy was following him around? Yeah, he was dumb.
He was supposed to have a character arc, like, you are a good warrior at the end of it. Like, no, he wasn't. He was a dipshit.
Yeah, there were so many things like that. Like, Hemsworth's buddy and his attraction to the Chinese pilot. The whole Jeff Goldblum's dad arc with the kids. The random kids he finds.
He adopts kids at the end. A pack of kids.
He adopts a whole school bus of kids at the end.
I don't know about a whole school bus, but definitely the ones that picked him up in the station wagon or whatever.
But there's another part that is like, I don't get why this is here in the movie. Yeah, I mean, it's so forgettable that I can't remember what it was, to be honest. Like,
was it the guys on the boat?
Yes, the guys on the boat.
I could, in an Emerson movie, I could justify that.
Okay, yeah.
But you wanted a punchline of us giving them some stupid amount of money, so you set them up on the ocean, about to discover a treasure in a boat that's worth $100 million or whatever. So you want to set up that punchline of us being able to give it to them as long as they watch it, and then all of a sudden they're in tuned and everything.
Right.
All right, whatever. Emerson, perfectly. That's him. I mean,
yeah, that's true. But you visit that scene 3 times, and for as those purposes going, oh, they'll be there within an hour. They're going to get within the molten core within an hour. It's
right.
Like,
can I have it wrapped?
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. Thank you.
it's just. Yes, I get those scenes. I've seen those scenes a lot, but they've been done so much better and in funnier ways.
Yeah, and there's just nothing rewarding for any of it. There's no great payoffs. The fact that Vivica Fox is in it for like a couple minutes and then she dies doesn't push the son's character arc along at all.
No,
it's very insignificant. It's just like, well, she has nothing going on in her life right now. She's probably sitting on the couch. We could probably get her for cheap. So I guess let's get her. How many other people can we get? Like, oh, Will's too expensive. Will doesn't want to do this nonsense.
Right.
So we'll just kill him. Have his son do everything.
Well, just say he died in piloting accident, a test flight.
Yeah, and move on from there. But then it's like his son's relationship with Chris Helmsworth.
Yeah, or the other Helmsworth.
The other Helmsworth. Damn it.
Oh, no. Helmsworth. Young Helmsworth.
Liam,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, his relationship with Liam just doesn't make any fucking sense. It's just,
I mean,
it makes sense.
I guess,
it's stupid.
Yeah. And I guess one could argue that Vivica A. Fox dying brought them closer together after their rift. But that's kind of a weak thread to pull.
Yeah, the other part of that too was like the president's daughter, her relationship with. Yeah, awesome.
Right.
Thank you so
Anything
much.
else for the TV tonight?
I think we're all right.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Do you need separate trucks or everything on one?
Oh, separate actually.
Separate would be good,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the other part of it too was the president's daughter's relationship with Will Smith's son and Liam Hemsworth character. Like, was that like a triangle at one point they were trying to allude to?
No, I don't think so. Because, I mean, the president's daughter and Will Smith's son, you know, they met at the end of the first one, so they had that bonding experience as children that apparently stuck around. And Hemsworth just came in, and Hemsworth and the president's daughter started dating.
All right.
I mean, there's no animosity between them because of that. It was just because of Helmsworth almost killing Will Smith's son.
Making a major piloting mistake, but at the same time, if he was such a good pilot, I don't see them pushing him to freighter duty on the moon.
Right.
They would do something else with him. Whatever. It is what it is. The movie's written as if they threw darts at a chalkboard or at a dartboard, and it's written for babies.
Yeah. That's essentially it.
So they relied on special effects and nostalgia. It failed. Do you even want to get into the Queen having a shield?
No, I mean, in my mind that made some sense, so I was okay with it. It's like, okay, this is an important creature. We're going
Because you played video games your whole life.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. But like even, I mean, if we go to that, even the sacrifice of the old president seemed dumb. Like it was not very impactful.
No, his last line was cheesy and dumb. Everything about it was just dumb. Yeah, it's not enjoyable whatsoever, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, do you have anything else to say?
No, I don't think so at all.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't either. So why don't we end this podcast?
Let's do it.
Don't go watch it. It's not worth it.
No.
There's better movies to watch in this world. Better cheesy movies to watch in this world.
Yeah, just go watch the original.
Yeah, fuck it. Go watch the original. All right, talk to you guys later.
Bye.